Next example is about the metal detector. At an airport or even at railway station nowadays, a person is made to walk through the doorway of a metal detector for security reason. If she and he is carrying anything made of metal, the metal detector emits a sound. So we have already seen that when we are checked with the metal detector, this metal detector detects the metal. On what principle does this detector work? So we have to tell this what is the principle. So the metal detector works on the principle of resonance. So there is a resonance. What is resonance? Xc and XL are equal in AC circuit. When you walk through a metal detector, you are in fact walking through a coil of many turns. So there is a coil which has many turns. The coil is connected to a capacitor tuned. So coil is connected to a suitable capacitor. That means in suitable condition this XL and XC both are equal. So capacitor tune means capacitor of appropriate capacitance. So the circuit is in resonance. Circuit is in resonance. When you walk through the metal in your pocket, the impedance of the circuit changes. So this will change the impedance of the circuit, resulting in significant change in current. Since this impedance of the circuit changes because as you walk through this metal detector, so the impedance because of the metal induced is changes significantly. That impedance change result in change of the current because current depends on impedance. Im is equal to Vm upon Z. So now impedance has changed. So this impedance change, this significant change in current will result in significant change in current. This change in current is detected and electronic circuit causes a sound emitted as an alarm. So as this current is changed in the circuit, so how does this impedance change? Because now there is not equality in these two components of the circuit. This equality of the resonance is now disturbed. Hence there is a significant change in resistance which changes the current in the circuit, and current in the circuit is connected to an alarm. As the current changes, this alarm just starts beeping, so they can detect the metal object in your pocket or somewhere else in your bag. Next topic is LC oscillations. So what is this LC oscillations? So what we have done here, so we have taken a capacitor and inductor. So this is C, this is L. So we have connected them. We have connected them in a series circuit. Important thing is that here there is no source, no power source, neither AC nor DC. So there is no power source. So we have connected these two components, capacitor and an inductor. So we have to see what kind of oscillations they do. So before seeing their oscillations, let us remind of mechanical oscillations. So in case of mechanical oscillations, we have a spring. A mass was tied to this spring and this was its mean position. If we just pull this mass to one side, so if we pull this mass to one side, so what happens? It starts oscillating towards its mean position. It starts oscillating. Similar kind of oscillations we will find here, that this LC circuit will also oscillate. Now how this oscillator works, let us understand this. So we know a capacitor and inductor can store electrical and magnetic energy. So this can store this electrical energy and this can store magnetic energy. When a capacitor initially charged connected to an inductor, the charge on the capacitor and the current in the circuit exhibit the phenomena of electrical oscillations similar to oscillations in mechanical systems. So just few minutes back we have seen what are the mechanical oscillations. This spring connected to a mass, if we move on either side, so this will do the mechanical oscillations. These are mechanical oscillations. Similarly this C and L circuits do the mechanical oscillations, but we have to disturb the condition. If it is in its mean position, that means neither capacitor is charged or nor there is magnetic field in this coil, it will not oscillate. We have to disturb the condition. How do we disturb the condition? We disturb the condition by charging the capacitor. We charge the capacitor to disturb the condition. Similar to this mechanical vibration, what we do? We pull this thing on one side. So we disturb it from its mean position, and then there comes the mechanical oscillations. Here what we are doing, since if there was no charge on this capacitor or no magnetic energy in this coil, so there will be no oscillations. So we are disturbing this by putting some charge on this capacitor. So let us find that how does this work. So first of all, let a capacitor be charged. So we are charging this capacitor. So total charge on this capacitor at any time is Qm. That means maximum charge is on this capacitor at time t is equal to 0. Initially what we have done, we have charged this capacitor and then connected it to an inductor. So as shown in this figure. So what we have done, we charged this capacitor and then connected this to an inductor at t is equal to 0. That means initially the charge on this capacitor, we are calling that charge Qm, that means maximum charge. The moment circuit is completed, now it is connected to this inductance. This is connected. Previously it was not connected, only this capacitor was charged. The charge on the capacitor starts decreasing. So what will happen? Since there is no other source in this circuit, so this inductance will start getting current from this capacitor because this capacitor is charged. So there is a current flow in the circuit, giving rise to current in the circuit. So this capacitor, now as we have charged this capacitor and there is no external source, so what will happen? This capacitor will start discharging. Hence through this inductance, capacitor is discharging through this inductance, and a current is start flowing in this circuit, giving rise to a current. Let Q and I be the charge and current in the circuit at time t. So we have assumed after some time t, so now charge has reduced from Qm to Q, so charge is reduced, and the current in the circuit, previously at t is equal to 0, current was 0. Initially there was no current, now this current has also increased, and now at t is equal to, at some time t, the current is I. At time t, current is I and charge has reduced to Q. Since di by dt is positive, so what is the meaning of di by dt is equal to positive? So the meaning of di dt to be positive means current is increasing in the circuit. Positive means current is increasing because capacitor is discharging and current in the circuit is increasing. So this quantity is positive. The induced EMF in L will have polarity as shown, that is VB less than VA. Since current is positive, this change in current is positive, so we will have, so current will start flowing in this direction. Let me remove all these things. So current is flowing in this direction. So this voltage at this point will be more than voltage at this point B. So that is written here. Potential or voltage at point B must be less than voltage at A. That means current is flowing in this direction. Now let us apply the Kirchhoff's loop rule. In this case, now we have two components. Since there is no external source, so external voltage is 0. We have only two components. So at some time t, at this time t, the charge is remaining Q. So Q upon C, this is the voltage on the capacitor, Q by C, and this is minus L di by dt. Both cannot be positive, otherwise this equality 0 cannot be satisfied. That means one must be positive, another must be negative. So this Q upon C, voltage on the capacitor must be equal to voltage on the inductor minus L di by dt. So this is voltage on the inductor. Previously we have solved for 3 cases, but in that case there was some external power source. Here there is no external power source. we are doing the electrical oscillations. How we are doing the electrical oscillations? We have disturbed the mean position by charging the capacitor. So this is Q by C minus L di by dt must be equal to 0. So we have seen that change in current was positive because current was increasing, but this I is equal to minus dq by dt. So this relation, why this relation is negative? Because as the current is increasing, the charge is decreasing, because charge is there only on the capacitor. If current is increasing, charge on the circuit is decreasing, charge on the capacitor is decreasing. That's why there is a negative sign. So I is equal to minus dq by dt in the present case. As I increases, q decreases. So di by dt is positive, current is increasing. So increase in current, change in current with time is positive, current is increasing, but this charge on the capacitor is decreasing as the current is increasing. So now let us put in this form. So we have the same equation. Let us divide this whole equation by L. So what we have? Q by LC minus di by dt must be equal to 0, and this di by dt is equal to this d upon dt of dq by dt. Okay, and this I is equal to minus dq by dt. So let us put all these values. So this term becomes d2q upon dt square, this second term, because we have divided whole equation by L, both the sides. So this becomes d2q upon dt square, and this become q by LC. Q by LC, this must be equal. So this is the equation that we need to solve.